Welcome back, everybody, or welcome if you're new. Today we're in the world of Outlaw Super Late Models here at Knoxville. Probably my favorite dirt track to run at. Everybody's good here, so it's going to be an interesting race. We're car number 2 out of 12, it looks like, which this point we only had 12 cars in this race. There was like 23 or 24 that registered, so I guess the cutoff might be around 20-ish. I don't know. I don't know if they split you guys at like 21 or not. I was hoping we were going to have a big field here. A couple people joined right at the end. But it should be interesting. Hopefully we can have a pretty good qualifying lap here. Track came in like pretty super clean, so we'll be just tearing up the bottom until it moves up the track. But super late models tear up the track a lot, so we'll probably be like midway up the track, maybe up towards the wall by the end of this race. There aren't any heat races or anything like that. It's just these cars just have a ton of horsepower, wheel spin, everything just tear up the track. We're in a 5, so about the same we did in practice there. I think it was a little bit slower. Hopefully we can be a little bit faster here. You don't want to get up on the curb like I did the first lap. That will probably mess up your lap a little bit. Second lap, 540, so that was about what we ran in practice right there. So, faster guys are in the lower 5s or into the 4s, potentially even into the 3s as well. Because we ran just barely faster than we did in practice. Happy about that. So yeah, he was in the 3s for practice, ran a 4 in qualifying. Track got a little bit worse overall, I guess, but I was able to run about my time. But for him, it ran off a little bit. So still got a couple people left to qualify. So let's see if we can hold on to 4th, and I'll pick it up when we're getting ready to go green. All right, well, we stayed in 4th, so that's nice at least. At least we're towards the front. If we would have ran that 590, would have been a couple more rows back. So happy we at least stayed up here towards the front. Got to try to get low quick, just because the lower side is going to be the faster way in the beginning. It's definitely going to move up the track, though, as we go. It'll be interesting to see how high we get in the track in the corners, because usually at Knoxville, if the track's worn out to start with, we'll be all the way up at the wall by the time the end comes, which is always a lot of fun to run. But we'll see how worn out it gets here, since it's only... It was actually like super clean to start with, so we've actually worn it out a little bit, so... We'll probably be like mid-track, I feel like, towards the end, maybe upper mid. Not all the way up towards the wall, though. It'll be interesting to see. Some of the faster people will probably stay down low. They can keep the car pretty straight and just roll the bottom. There's usually a lot of grip off of 4 still. Through 1 and 2, it'll get pretty slick, and you might be higher in 1 and 2 and still low in 3 and 4 if you could run it well. But love Knoxville. Absolutely love this track. Every time we come here in any car, I'm excited to come here in like the 358s or something, because those are new. I'm excited to come here in those. I always like this track, though, in any car. Not saying that I necessarily do well here. I do decent here. But I just like this track, just because it's so wide, so fast. Like, the limited late model is kind of hard to race here just because, like, it's hard to pass. That's the main thing. It's just hard to pass. Still a lot of fun to race here. But you're mainly just hooking the bottom the whole time. Full throttle. It's basically like a super speedway for the limiteds. In a way. There's still room to mess up, though. Just the characteristics on this track make it so fun with just ripping the absolute wall. Just because it's so flat. There's not really any banking on this track. But hopefully we could get a pretty good restart here.
Donovan, I love the car, man.
Just gotta watch the one car for when he goes. Got the 11 on our inside, 3 in front of us.
Get ready.
There are 13 cars in here. I thought there was 12, but there's 13 in here. Pace car is gonna go off, and the one's taken off. The 3 did not turn at all. I hate when that happens, because that's happened to me a lot before, where your car just does not turn on the restart when you hit the gas. Definitely had that happen before to me. So we definitely fell back a couple spots because we did not want to run into him or anything. I'm smacking the wall because I'm an idiot. Going way too high up the track as well because I was smacking the wall. Gotta try to hook the middle. It's just so hard to pass on the outside in the beginning when the bottom's definitely the preferred groove. Got another car right inside, okay. So hard to see like the grooves on the track in the beginning too, because there's no like worn out area. So I'm trying not to pinch them down too hard. I might have pinched the 5 down a little bit too hard and it like hooked us together a little bit in one of the corners. Alright, so we're way the hell back here. There are cautions in these races, but it's been pretty clean overall so far. Hopefully I can get down to the bottom here and nobody's gonna be on the inside. But we lost so many spots. Started in 4th, we're back in 9th. Holy shit. This is basically where we'd be starting though if we ran that 590 in qualifying. We would have been starting like 7th or 8th, something like that. That 12 car behind us is blinking. That's great. We love that. But we just gotta try to hook this bottom real well. Hopefully we can. Back's probably starting to wear out a little bit, not too much yet. I don't see any lines really forming through these corners yet. You really want to try to keep your car straight as possible, not get too sideways. 12 car behind me just, or not 12, what car is that? 13, okay. I thought he was a 12 behind me. 12's in front of me. He was just like sending it in the corner. He's just trying to keep the momentum, which I don't blame him. It's not a bad idea. That middle groove's starting to get some grip. We just had a good run through 1 and 2 though on the 12 in front of us. Okay then, that's fun. I don't know, I think it was the 13 just like completely sent it in the corner. I think he was gonna try to throw a slider or something. But he was not anywhere near me going into that corner. Small line starting to form there in 3 and 4. Bigger line in 1 and 2. 1 and 2 definitely wears out faster than 3 and 4 does. And you can kind of run the bottom more in 3 and 4 for a longer period of time. This 12 goes low in 1 and 2. I might be able to get a good run on him coming off of a 2, one of these corners, and maybe get to his outside. It'll be hard to pass though, for sure. Always tough to pass here. A lot of room to mess up though. Surprised there hasn't been any cautions yet, because a lot of times there's just cautions here because people are just racing so hard together. He's gonna get that run through the corner because there's just enough momentum through 1 and 2 right now. Don't want to get too much on that curb. That will mess up your whole corner real quick. Everyone's starting to move up a little bit in 1 and 2, like to mid, upper mid. Starting to move up some. Need to control my throttle better in 3 and 4 though. I'm getting too sideways there because I feel like I have grip there. It's just not connecting enough for me. I'm just trying to like hammer it down too much. It's just not working. I have to wait till I get straight and try to get a good run off the corner. Seems like the outside groove's the one to go into. See, this is why Knoxville is so fun, because it looks like there's still a decent amount of grip lower in these corners, but everyone's just like starting to run the wall now, which is so interesting. Had the guy right on our inside there. I feel like he was trying to go throw a slider, but I was just trying to run lower to not run into the 5 car. A little too sideways off that corner. Oh, I smacked the wall there. If you just get on that line that the grip is in, like, it's so fast. The 5 smacked the wall a little bit to check up. But you can see just how far back we fell right in the beginning and just haven't been able to make it up yet. Definitely feel like I've got some speed compared to these guys in front of us. It's just so tough to pass. I need to get a good run off of a corner. Just don't get as much momentum down there as you need. You can definitely go in super high in these corners and get like a good straight run down if your car hooks. I'm waiting for like these guys in front of me to start smacking the wall too, because it's 5 done it a couple times. Try not to run into the back of him when he does it. I'm staying like half a lane lower down the straightaway just in case he does coming off a corner. Guy behind me smacked the wall. Yeah, he's just in it. He was like right on my ass, and then now he's like a few car lengths back. Yeah, they were really high in that corner. There's the 5 in the wall. That's what I was waiting for. Hopefully we could make something happen down here. But it's not really that worn out. I think the 5 messed up enough through that corner where I would get by him fine. So happy about that. Gained 1 spot finally. Only 5 to go. This has been a fun race though. At least there's been no cautions. I like races that just go green from the start. Those are a lot of fun. Let's see if we can try to pick off these two, because I do feel a little bit faster than them, especially if they keep smacking the wall. Or I'm going to do it there. Able to stay off it though with my front end. That was big, because that would have lost me a ton of time. Went in just a little too high in 1. That 3 car is going super high in 3 and 4. Oh, there's the wall for him. Waiting for this 12 to start throwing a slider on the 3. Maybe be able to battle them. Kept coming down. I didn't want to get up into him. He was a little too sideways off that corner. I thought he was going to be straighter, and I was trying to drive up under him. But he stayed a little too sideways for us, and I didn't want to run into the side of him. Didn't get the run I wanted. I was trying to get a good run, but I wasn't expecting him to go all the way low too. I was hoping to get to his outside or inside there. Once I saw he was low, I was hoping to get to his outside. Okay, let's not do this on the last lap. Okay, we're able to get by the 12. Nice. He pushed it too hard, so did I. But I was able to keep my front end off the wall. If you can keep your front end off the wall, you at least get by the guy that doesn't. Well, we were able to get back up to 7th. Not the best race by any means. Really a struggle from the start. Since be it starting on the outside and the 5 kind of messed up the start because his car wouldn't turn. I've had that happen so many times though. It sucks when that happens. And we were just in the unfortunate position to be right behind him when it happened, so we fell all the way back because the bottom was definitely faster right off the start. Because what happened here? The 3's car just didn't turn, it went straight instead of turning, so I just couldn't run into the back of him. And he kind of got pushed up into the wall a little bit too. But the bottom was just dominant right off the start, which I figured would have happened because it wasn't used up at all. And we were actually running a lot higher all the way up to the wall at the end of it, which I was not expecting. Because we just followed the grip all the way up, and it wasn't like super worn in, but it just was worn in enough to where you could run down there, you just weren't as fast. But just being on the outside, I tried to pinch the 5 down a couple times. But it was so hard to see where the grooves were on the track, like how low was actually low. Because right there, either he came up some or I came down some. I think it was just a mixture of both. I think we're just going for the same spot in that corner. Because I thought he was going to be a little bit lower. Because I think this is the groove right down here. Yeah, he could have been a little lower. Kind of pushed me up the track. That's what really made me lose a couple spots there, which really sucked. And just being stuck on the outside of the 12. I was able to hold him off for a couple laps, but not quite as much as we needed. But we were able to get by them towards the end. When did we finally get by the 5? I know he smacked the wall. Or no, we got on to his outside, didn't we? Or did he smack the wall? I can't quite remember. I think he smacked the wall down a straightaway. Yeah, that was a close one. I heard that right in my ear. Where did the 5 smack the wall so hard? He hit the wall a little bit there with his back end, but he was able to stay off it for the most part. He was real sideways there. Where did he like really smack the wall at? We got by him. I'm trying to find it. But we were having a great run on him for a couple laps. Wasn't able to make anything work on the bottom. I think it might have been this straightaway. He came off this corner, I think, just too high. Not quite there. Oh yeah, it was 5 to go. I remember saying it was like 5 to go. Okay, 24, 25. Right there, he smacked the wall going into 5 to go, or 6 to go, really. He smacked the wall hard as hell. I didn't want to like just throw a slider because I figured I would have hit the 12 if I did that. I didn't want to go all the way up there. He got too sideways off the corner, so we were able. Oh, that was some net code for sure too. That's why he got so sideways off the corner. Because like we were clear of him, but there's definitely some net code there. That sucks a lot. That's why we ended up getting all the way in front of him, because some net code. That was weird. That was really weird. But then we were able to chase down the 3 and the 12, so I was really happy with that. We were quick. We had some speed for sure. It was just hard to pass, man. Once it started wearing off, it was definitely hard to pass. There was definitely lines going into these corners, like all right here, but then through the corner there was like nothing. So it really wasn't that worn out. There just wasn't as much grip as it was up top, and you just couldn't keep up the momentum. Again, more in 1 and 2 than in 3 and 4, I feel like. I was trying to get under him, but he went low too. But he ended up smacking the wall in the last lap going into 1 here really hard. His front end got pushed up into it. I was able to keep my front end off, and I was able to drive by him. So that was good for us. We were able to get back a couple positions. Probably going to lose some iRating, though, finishing 7th out of 13th being car number 2. So we might lose everything that we just won in our 358s, which was about, like, I don't know, 24. So let's go see how much we actually ended up losing out of this, because we're definitely going to lose a little bit, unfortunately. But it was a fun race overall. Alright, results are in. We started 4th, finished all the way back in 7th. At least we were able to gain a couple of spots there towards the end to manage the loss a little bit more. But we lost 32, back under 3,600 once again. I was hoping we would have done a little bit better, especially for where we qualified. You just got stuck on the outside, and the 3 did not have a very good start. So just being stuck on the outside on a clean track at Knoxville is tough, and it's just hard to get the spots back if you don't throw a ton of sliders on people. And I just didn't have the runs to do that, or like the space. Because the only times I really could have, there was people right in front of the people I was going to throw a slider on, so I didn't want to run into anybody else. Plus, I don't trust myself throwing sliders a lot of times, because I'm going to go up, hit them, or well, actually, I usually won't hit them. I'll just go up and hit the wall myself, and then probably wreck us all. But it was a pretty good race overall. Cleanest race I've been in a while for these super late models. No cautions at all, so pretty good strength of field as well. Almost 2,400, pretty high strength of field overall. The number 1 car over 4,300 now, so yeah, he was pretty good iRated. I was number 2 at 36 right here, and then number 3 was at 3,000 pretty much. He lost 1 just being where he was, so pretty good strength of field overall. What was the last one? He was in the 1,800s, so yeah, everyone was pretty good iRating. So it was a pretty good race overall. I'm happy about that. Clean race, love clean racing, and just being able to get in a groove and have the race going. A lot of fun. I had my fastest lap on lap 10, really. That's kind of funny. Usually it doesn't happen that far into the run, but that's probably because I was stuck on the outside and I was finally able to get down then. So appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race nonetheless. Knoxville is always a ton of fun. I love that track. No matter how we do, as long as it's a fun race like that, I like it. Good hard racing. Able to get a couple spots there at the end, which was nice. You can pass if once people mess up at least, or you throw some sliders like I said. But appreciate you guys for watching once again. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see some more racing. I'll catch you guys in the next one.